guys, I hope you're all well. I've got company today, as you can see, both of them. We've had treats up here, hence why they're hanging around. They don't come in here to see me. Yeah, I had a bit of a week this week. I have. Hello, Bodie. Hello, Bluey. It's been a bit of a slow week. The old, as you know, and I'm not afraid to say it no more. I've had the old dealings with the depression and anxiety and all that, and it's come and bit me this week. It has, and I guess that's how it works. A lot of you deal with it, I know you do, because you've all messaged me and stuff, and I think it's good to share it, really. So many of us guys try and keep it a secret, probably embarrassed about it, ashamed of it, and let it build up inside. And sometimes that's not the best way. Sometimes it's good to talk to people, and I find it best, sorry, the door's slamming. I find it best to probably talk to people who have experienced it or going through it themselves, and chat about it. So yeah, it's an odd one. It can just come just like that. There's no reason behind it. You could be just sitting watching the TV or anything. Hello, Bodie, I know you're there. And it just gets you. I haven't had a bout of it for a while, actually, and yeah, just the tiniest little stupidest things can just set it in motion, and your brain just crashes. You're all lethargic, can't be bothered, struggle to focus, concentrate, or do anything. So it's been a bit of a slow week, but hey, I'm getting there. It'll get there. I'm sure a lot of you understand it, like I say, guys and girls that deal with it daily, and it can affect you quite bad. And I'd done a video a while back about it, of all the reasons what led to this. You know, if you've not seen that, it's way back somewhere in the videos. And so yeah, it's a strange thing. The worst part about it, you can't see it. So the people that haven't had to deal with it don't see it as anything. You know, you get a lot of people, you'll be all right and all that business. It's like, oh, no, it's not all right, because it's not a physical injury they can see. It's hard for them to realise it's actually worse than a physical injury. I think it is. It's a real bad infliction. It is, but hey, I'm perking up. It's getting there. Anyway, on that note, let's try and cheer things up a bit, and we'll watch some illegal dog fighting. All right. I know. I can see you there. Bodie's going to get jealous. Hey, come on. All right, okay. That'll do. Anyway, back to the GS. So, I've got to order some tank mount rubbers for it before I can mount the tank properly, which I will do this week. I had so much planned for this week just gone, and brain fart, it didn't happen. So, I shall get some bits ordered next week so we can mount the tank properly. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a real simple job, and we're going to do the gusset for the seat rail. Now obviously on the old frame you had this great big long thing that came up here. Obviously there's no original part to the rear frame left, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some strengthening gussets round this that sort of key into the frame. And I think I want to bring this rail sort of down at an angle, then into the frame, just at this part of the engine mount here. So we have got a bulk of strength there. I don't want to bring it all the way down. I think it's a bit ugly looking. So some at a nicer shape down into there, which kind of fluffs up the side panel that I made. I've been having a long think about this side panel, although I like it, I don't think it's going to work. Bear in mind I made that side panel when we had the old tank sat on the bike, and we had the old sort of rear end on the bike, and yes, it would have worked. We had twin shocks, but obviously it's evolved into something a bit different. So I've stared at it for hours and hours, keep trying it on it. It's not working. It's not working. I think with how we've done the swing arm, and we've got this really pretty shock sat there, I think we need to show that off as much as possible and not hide it behind any great big side panels. So I think I'm going to make the gussets, the frame tubes in here, and then just make a pretty seat pan for it, and just a small little tail unit which will come back no further in the frame tube really. I don't think I'm going to have the frame tube exposed. I'm just going to make a nice case around it with the tail unit sort of all as one. Then we'll make a seat pan that fits. Oops, it's a bit windy and rainy outside. Right, we'll make a seat pan that sort of flips up the tank a little bit. But today we're going to go with a simple job and do these frame tubes. Again, a big thank you to everybody that's bought the special sticker. Very much appreciated. It's going well. I'm going to do my best to give someone a damn decent bike. And it's all helping. It's all helping with the whole doghouse thing and all my time spent in here and doing videos and blah blah. It's helping tremendously, and I appreciate it more than what you can imagine. So, big thank you to all of you guys that have bought a ticket. Anyway, let's get on with some frame tubes. Okay, we're going to attack this side first. So, at the minute, obviously we're just getting everything sort of sorted and coming up with different ideas for everything, and those who know, I can change my mind several times. As with the side panel, I just, like I said a minute ago, I just don't think it's going to work. I really don't. And it'd be shame to completely hide this shock. It's a beautiful shock, and it'd be nice to show it off. So I think we're going to do something more up here that's a bit different with the seat unit. That's something I'll dream up later on. Not in this video, just later on down the line. So we're going to go with the same size tube as the seat hoop. I'm going to bring it down into this point of the frame, which is quite strong, so it's got this gusset here. And I'll say we're going to do extra gussets on the mounting where the swing arm is. But, and there's a few of you that have picked out the angle of the silencer. Yes, it doesn't follow that seat hoop properly, but we have got a lot to do with that, where it will look different. So I'm going to make it follow the angle of the gusset that we're going to put in here. And then today we'll try and do a nice bracket off to the silencer. I tried the silencer lower, and to get it to that angle, it didn't look right. It just didn't sit nice. So I sort of put it back. It just looked too low, too straight. So if we make it follow this, at least it'll tie in with something on the bike, angle wise. So I'm going to get this in the old bender. And I think I'm going to keep it, I'm not going to send it all the way to the end, because obviously this little bit's the seating area. That's where the weight of whoever gets the bike is going to be sat on it. So we're just going to support it in this area here, and it'll create the triangle. Triangles create strength, So we should be all okay. That's all tied in here, tied in here, tied in here. So you've got your triangle. That's where your strength is. And it's like I say, it's tying into this part of the frame anyway, which is extremely strong. There's a cross member going across there. This is all tied in. It's bolted to the engine, and we won't have any problems. Excuse me. So yeah, it's going to be a nice, easy job to tackle after a bit of a tough week. Let's get a bend in this and start laying it out. First, we need to swap these over. Oop. I had a few people spot this. I have never heard of it. Tiski, whatever it is. Apparently, it's a Polish beer. I guess I'm right, which makes sense. The reason I've got this in here, and I don't drink. Those who know me know I don't. I just don't drink. It doesn't agree with me no more. Maybe in my younger days I enjoyed a few, but I drank cider, but no more. It just doesn't agree with me. Yeah, there's a Polish lady who was having a problem with her car. She'd ripped all the under tray off it. And wondering, she sat out here wondering what to do, so I went out and got the car jacked up and fixed all her under tray and got her up and running again. And I got to thank you with a Polish beer, which I was grateful of, but I don't drink. So maybe the next visitor that comes who likes a beer can help themselves to that. Should do. Right, let me just mark this up and we'll be back. Maybe we should change that as well. That might do it. It's pouring it down with rain outside. I'm getting leaked on. We've sprung a few leaks on the old shed, which I need to attend to because it'll start rotting. Yeah. So we're working and getting a free wash. See if I can do that without the extension on. No, that's not happening. Where's my extension bar? Where have I put that? I'm not prepared again, am I? There it is. Here we go. Right, we'll do it a bit at a time and try it on the bike and get it to where we're happy with it. Let me just have a quick look at that to start with. I don't want to go too far because you go too far and that's that sort of scrap. Yeah, we've got to go a fair bit more with that. I'll say I want to try and get this at the same angle as the silencer. Get out. There we go. I think that's the one. Yeah. I'll say I don't want it too long, so it'll look a bit silly. But that is more than in the area to help with the load of the weight, especially with me sat on it. And we'll keep this little bit here the same angle as the pipe. Ooh. We'll kick it out a bit because this part of the frame kicks out. So we'll kick this out a tiny bit as well. And we'll get a lot of nice angles happening on there. Obviously that's a bit hard for you guys to see, but you have to trust my judgment. Which obviously doesn't agree with everybody. But then, you can't please everybody. That will be impossible. Yeah, I think I might do it a bit more actually, to get more. Yes, it's following the silencer. I'm a bit too far back. So I think I'll bring the angle in a bit more to get us about there, but obviously keeping that correct. Yeah, let's go a bit more. I can hear something else dripping in here. Sounds like it's hitting something metal. I think I'm springing a few leaks. I can hear something. I'm going to need to find that leak in case it's leaking on something that's going to send it rusty. Right, let's try that. Oh, wrong way. Oh, would that work better? Yeah, it sends it off too much back there. Trust me, it looks a bit daft. Keep it short and sweet. I think that'll do it, and then if we come off, put some lugs on here, then we can come off with a bracket to the exhaust clamp. I'm not a big fan of the exhaust clamp that's come with it. Yeah, have a look. I think it needs to be black, or I'll see if there's such thing as a carbon one that matches the can. But we'll build it with this on for now. I don't know, just sticks out a lot, doesn't it? Just a bit sore thumb. We'll see. It might benefit from being black, or like I say, we'll see such thing as a carbon one for it, then it will match. We'll see. We've got to draw the line somewhere, haven't we? Let's put that down there a minute. I think that is going to do it. There's enough space there to come straight down onto the can with a bracket. We're still seeing that lovely shock. And then we'll make something pretty up here that all ties in with the seat and the little tail unit. I know some people these days are just using seats and nothing there. Each to their own. I'm not a massive fan of that. I like to see at least a little bit of a tail unit. It just gives it a better finish, I think. So we'll probably find something that's got some nice shapes in it, like an old fuel tank or something like that, and we'll just make a little tail unit. I have made tail units out of fuel tanks before, and it's a nice easy way of doing it because you've instantly got the shape. Whether you use a bit of the front of the tank or the rear of the tank, just chop it out and weld it all in And it works if you haven't got, you know, nice expensive kit like English wheels and planishers and everything like that. You try and use what you can get your hands on. Yeah, I think we'll do some marking up for that. We'll bend the other one first, so we've got two bends the same, and we'll try and get all this side complete with exhaust bracket on. Let's mark it out. Okay, I've got that trimmed up, and we've marked the frame where I want it. That will then follow the angle of the exhaust pipe, and we'll just tack it on and see how it looks. As you can see, I've put tons of tape around that shock. We don't want any spatter hitting that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to rest the exhaust back on, make the bracket. I've bent the other side, but I'm going to concentrate on this side for now. There we go, that follows that a treat. So we'll figure out a nice bracket now. Don't quite know what yet. I think we're best keeping it quite simple, really. I don't think there's no point getting elaborate with it. Just some lugs on here. Simple bracket that comes down to there. I'm going to have a cup of tea and sit and think about that for a minute. See you in a bit. Alright, I've been messing about with a bracket, and I thought I'd just keep it basic. There's not much else you can do really. So I've just cut a bit out of a piece of 3mm alloy, and I'm going to give it a try. It's got to be folded, so it sort of cranks out then back into the exhaust. I've got to pop 2 holes in here. I've literally just marked it out, cut it out with a thin cutting disc, and I've just seen I've gone a bit wonky at the top there. Trouble is, cutting alloy with a thin cutting disc, it's sort of a mixture between cutting it and melting through it, so it can get a bit messy and it's quite easy to go off track. So I'm going to tidy that up first. I don't even know if you can even see it. It is a bit wonky. I'll tidy that up. So keep it simple. We'll make sure that's straight as well. I'll find a straight bit on it. Is there a straight bit on it? Only just. In fact, no. I'll tell you what we'll do. I know that's straight. So pop that in the vise. Basically use that piece of metal as the guide. Obviously the alloy will go down a lot easier than the steel. Find my glasses. That's not like me, I've lost my glasses. I never do that. Oh, no, they're not in the usual place. Right, who's that then? Ta-da! Right, where was I? That should be straight. And it is. How about that? That's better. On the wobbly bench. For a bit of wobble action. Right, now get this right. It's that way. Yeah. Don't go and balls the bracket up now. I'm just going to put a little crease in that to make sure I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy at that. So them folds, we gotta start getting them parallel. Where we have to come back a tiny bit, we'll see. I got a bit carried away, didn't I? Went a bit over the top. So we're going to bring him back a little bit. Right. Let me try that. I think that's all right. We'll do a little bracket on the frame now. And then just let it hang down and see how it feels, if it feels strong enough or not. This, obviously, when all this is connected properly, this would actually hang there under its own strength down here, but this is just a bit of an extra bracing, I guess. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Let's give this a try. So we've just got all the basics laid out for now. Just in case we need to move anything or change anything. So I've not gone overboard with anything. I've just got the flat plate on there for now. What I'll do, I'll actually put a bit of shape into that as well. I'm just proving that everything will work. Let's leave that off for a minute actually. I'll get this on. Temporary bolts as well. There'll be all little dome deads in these, I think. That'll be best. Like I say, then I'll decide if I'm going to do a bit of a cutout in that plate. But this let's say, this has got the basic layout done. I'm even trying to dream up some sort of side panel that will like still show the shock off, but I don't know yet. It's could stay like that. It could have something in there. It's not having mesh. No. Before you put that in the comments. We're not doing mesh. Yeah, exhaust is following that angle. We've got steampunk brass bolts in there at the moment, which will be changed. Still there's a lot of dressing up to do on the surface of that to make it perfect, and on the edges we'll get a nice finish on all the edges, and that could possibly end up with a bit of a cutout in it, and it could end up being black along with the frame. There we go then. I think that's enough for me today. I've been a bit slow today, as I explained earlier, but I've had a good day. I've enjoyed doing that, although it is a long way from being finished, as you're all aware. Who knows what could spring to mind, what I could add. I'm sure you've all got loads of ideas yourself, which is fair enough, and you've probably all guessed by now I'm quite stubborn on using my own ways. It makes it sort of my build then. I know if someone's going to get this bike at the end of it, but it's nice to firmly stamp your name on it, that you've thought of everything and you've thought it all out and designed things and everything else like that. Especially if it's a bike you're doing yourselves and you're keeping. It's nice to have all like the thought process and everything all done by yourself. I think it does make it your own more. But you'll never ever please everybody. We've all got different taste, which is fair enough. That creates all the differences in the custom world and gives us loads of different bikes to look at. It'd be boring if it was all the same. But yeah, I think that'll do. I'm wearing out a bit now. But, I'm sure the next few days I'll pick up a bit. It's one of them. And you know, for any of you guys out there suffer with this damn mental health thing, this depression, you know, look after yourselves. It doesn't hurt to be a bit selfish and do what you need to do. Self-preservation, really. You do what you need to do to keep yourself as best as you can, in best shape, you know. And if any of you guys have got friends that sort of suffer with it, it's nice to reach out to them and help them out, even if it's just a general chit chat, not necessarily about their problem. Maybe take their mind away from that, and definitely don't do that. You'll be all right, because you might as well just set them on fire. That's terrible. Yeah, look after your friends and your family if they suffer with this thing, because it is soul destroying. It really is. But yeah, I suppose it gets easier. I've dealt with it for 10 years. I've been on medication over the years, and it can help, and I try and deal with it myself. But there you go. There you go. It's a little bit done anyway, isn't it? It's a little bit done. So yeah, if you still wish to have a little dabble at the raffle, all the information's there. I'll probably pin a comment at the top of this video. And we all know, well, I think you all know, it's £10, you get a sticker and a number. And good luck to you all. We'll see. Hopefully it'll make somebody happy. That's the main thing. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. That'll do me for today. Cheers for watching, guys.